On the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival. The goal.
Oh, yeah. Is it working?
Yep.
Oh, man. I don't want to get bullshit this game.
No? It would be the game that recorded. You get bullshitted, too.
No.
State Warriors are ready. For this thing to get started.
I have a feeling. I think sometimes home court could be good or bad. I'm not sure.
I always win on when I'm away.
Trailblazers will look
I always win when I'm away. I can't explain it. I never went home.
Quick check on the starting lineups for both teams. As we take a look here at David Lee, guys, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big fan of David Lee, fellas. I mean, you look at the way he's progressed in his career. Each season he's found a way to improve, and now
he wants to come. Oh, it's on.
In the NBA. I just like what he does because he can.
Matchup. Ronald versus Shawn. Not the real Shawn. Yes, Shawn.
What?
Figure out ways to win each and every night.
I think a lot of it just has to do with him feeling right at home with the ball on the block. If you double, he'll find the open man, and if you don't, he'll square up and go into his move. He just finds a way to be productive on offense.
And, of course, Tony Douglas. They will definitely miss his contribution.
Oh, that guy's going out.
He was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
Well, chemistry-wise, I think you're onto something. He was a glue guy. He held things together for them in quite a few areas.
How many times I gotta take these shots? I don't understand.
Takes some getting used to. You know, he's not a name that a lot of people think of when you listen, you know, the top post defenders in the NBA, but I believe LaMarcus Aldridge is one of the most underrated post defenders in the NBA.
But with the big brace he wore, he said the pain was mostly from the brace bruising his ankle than anything else.
Well, it sounds to me like he should take the brace off. Maybe a smaller brace. So he has no bruising. That would be smart.
Exactly.
You know, for now, the Trailblazers are still the basketball team in the Pacific Northwest. You know, Seattle made a strong push to acquire the Kings, made a record bid, but the owners decided that Sacramento had done its part to keep the Kings, and so Seattle has to win.
Lee passes to Barnes. Curry against Batum. Shoots a fader. Curry's shot is good. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Clark, going back, you know, the Blazers, one of 3 teams in the Pacific Northwest. You also had the Sonics in Seattle, and, the Vancouver Grizzlies.
And I think those two cities, particularly Seattle, are strong contenders for a new NBA franchise. They played a very physical game the last time they got together, and it had a lot to do with them coming away empty. There were just too many key players in foul trouble by the time the fourth quarter came around.
Now Lillard, after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. And that one's good.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on and get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
And Clark, Steve just touched on it. There are some players they can't afford to be missing late in games, and that's what happened last time these two teams met.
And you know what, guys, to avoid that this time around,
if he blocked it, then he would have
He has a highlight reel onto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year, and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
What you doing?
I'm with you, Clark. That's a crowd pleaser if I've ever seen one.
It's your ball.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes
Oh
possession.
my God.
And the Warriors with some changes. Bogut comes in for David Lee, and Spates subbed in for Harrison Barnes. Crawford drives in. He kicks it to Thompson. Thompson right side. Takes a 3. Good.
Yup.
We've got 1:48 left in the first.
His player to be fully guarded, and he made
Lillard dishes to Batum.
Team no wide open
Back
shots.
to Lillard. He passes to Freeland. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And it's sent back by Bogut. And they'll keep possession. The Warriors trailing. Crawford drives in. Goes up on the wing. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, it turns out most the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
Who makes it?
58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Spates kicks to Bogut. Thompson. Dishes it to Green. Moves back up. Robinson with the block.
They didn't call a foul. That was bad contact.
Crawford against Lillard. Gets it to go.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances
Standing there.
do wonders for their confidence.
Oh wait, y'all chose the same teams?
6-second difference between the
Y'all
shot
ran
and
it
game.
back. They did a previous
On
game.
the arc. There's
Jamie! All I want's a wet Jamie.
9. Warriors trail by 6. Crawford drives in, uses the glass to finish the
Making
win.
those layups.
Well, that was impressive, Clark. He was
Still
not
hitting
hesitating
threes,
to
though.
tip the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Lillard from outside. And good on the basket. He's got 12. In low Bogut. And that one is stuffed right through. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk
Get
is a major
Y'all did it too.
momentum boost.
Offense, the order of getting ready to start up.
They got sagging off.
What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
One of those defensive settings, it said sag off.
First quarter offensively, moving the ball and getting a good flow to their offense. That's why you see those big assist totals.
Yeah, very timely passing for them, Steve, and that's why they've been able to jump out to this lead.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. We've got Maurice Spates. Klay Thompson is out there with Jordan Crawford. And it's Bogut. And it's Green in at the small forward position.
I held that season for Thomas Robinson, guys. He really struggled to find this shot, and right now he's trying to figure out how to score effectively in the NBA. I just think
Oh,
it's gonna
time.
take
I
him a little
swear to
time
God,
because he's
this nigga missed that
undersized
time.
as a power forward and not quite skilled enough yet to play the small forward.
Cullen passes to Williams. Throws it from outside. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Crawford kicks to Green. Thompson defended by McCollum. Here's Green. It's good from the top of the key. And for Robinson offensively, do you think he can turn it around, Steve?
Well, he's got a lot of athleticism. I think he's best suited as a rebounder, a guy who can come in with great energy, probably off the bench.
Mixtapes, what?
Polished offensive post game at this point.
Now, Klay Thompson.
Come on.
Blazers leading by 5. There's Williams with the 3. Here's Robinson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. 3-point play chance here.
This not break controller, Shawn. Come on.
Guys, you watch him fly after these loose balls, laying out any chance he's got, and an opportunity for a steal or a deflection. He's really something to watch.
And you know what?
And he got
also
I can hand one basket too,
he
though.
works as hard on his as anybody you're going to see.
And the Warriors making a change here.
doing
David
another
Lee's
sub.
checked in for Bogut.
I'm going to mix
Harrison
up different
Barnes
things. I'm
comes
Phil
in for
Jackson.
Maurice
I
Spates.
shield different
Andre
lineups.
Iguodala is checked in for
Never
Draymond Green.
have you too
And Steph
comfortable
Curry is
with
subbed
one
in for Jordan Crawford. Catching up on the
Team that
changes
has a
for
lot of
Portland.
porta potties.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Thomas Robinson. Wright comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Mo Williams.
Come on, he's gonna hit your head, though.
Really? Oh!
Come on. Come on. I jumped for the rebound, hit my head. Come on.
Let's take a moment here to check it out. Now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Taking a look at Portland.
How the shooter
On the season,
almost
they
gets the
assembled their
rebound.
guys perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball.
Why? Why?
Looks like it was on
Games
purpose.
Well, I think for Portland, they're not just a pleasant surprise this year, Steve. They're a huge
It's
surprise.
not lost on these guys. It's all about team
They're all right to
basketball
the
with them.
place.
Steve, the court vision all of these players possess is outstanding. That, to me, is the most important.
Come on, now I timed that perfectly, yo.
They all have it in spades.
Let's now catch up with what's going
the
on
hell,
around
Shawn?
the NBA as we go to our studios. Here's Tim and Bruce.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Let's have a look at some NBA action going on elsewhere around the
Shawn,
league.
there's no one
Out in
touching,
Oklahoma City, the Thunder have the lead in Sacramento. Third
serious.
quarter, and they built an 11-point edge. Their team's leading scorer, Kevin Durant. For the Lakers, a loss to the Raptors at Air Canada Center. That one puts them 2-2 in their last 4 contests. Their leading scorer was Nick Young. Hey, that's it for us. Let's head on back out to Kevin, Steve, and Clark for the second half. Guys?
All right, David, great report. We'll catch up with you again with more scores at halftime.
And at this stage of the season, we've gotten to know most of the teams around the league pretty well. So it's finally becoming clear now which clubs are going to have the upper hand as we start to get into the stretch run.
Ball's back loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers, the two takes him up defensively. And the dunk by Barnes.
With a dunk by Barks, this game is coming to...
Sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Niggas hit all your open shots, yo. That's all I want. I'm gonna hit open shots.
Glide in and reverse it home. So
Clark, you talk about Aldridge and what he's meant to the Trailblazers. Really the franchise player, Steve and Portland. I think they look at him that way.
And for a team that had to rebuild on the fly after losing so many of their key players to injury, going back to Brandon Roy and Greg Oden, it's nice to see the Blazers
all I want.
bounce back
That's
and
all I'm
start to
asking.
get Aldridge some help with guys like Damian Lillard and Batum and Matthews.
Lillard attacking,
Why would he?
and he banks in the layup.
Okay.
Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
He's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
And now look at Stephen Curry here. His last month of basketball has been fantastic. 4th in assists,
Bring them back.
6th in steals, and he's really worked hard at his offensive game. Ranks in the top 10 in that category, points per game.
And, you know, we'd be remiss not to say a word about his outstanding assist ranking. Come on now. I mean, this guy is one of the top assist men in the game and doing it with flair and fundamental soundness. That's special. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Lillard dishes to Batum. Curry meets him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be Lillard, who came a long way from being a lightly recruited player out of high school and being a star of the small school Weber State to the number 6 pick in the 2012 draft and a day-one starter for the Blazers.
But you know, Kevin, he doesn't seem like the guy who's going to be satisfied.
Yeah, that's all I want right there. That's all I want.
He's got more on his mind, becoming an all-star, becoming a winner.
Oh!
It's going to be important for him to continue to work on his game and develop.
Oh, you're right here tonight in the part of the arena. You're saying I love his demeanor.
Yeah, it's a work ethic.
I don't know.
He carries himself.
What was the bonus?
Example there of how to
my
use
foul, he
defense
gets to shoot.
to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight.
I
and
couldn't even
close.
press anything. I just felt
59 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside, Batum.
No.
Warriors with the rebound.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points.
No.
But the defense stood tall there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first
41
foul of the
seconds on
game
the clock.
for the Trailblazers. Thomas Robinson comes in for Robin Lopez. And Mo Williams subbed in for Damian Lillard.
Oh, this is what he do.
About to go. Trailblazers leading by 4. Williams passes to Robinson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off. The defense all over.
Iguodala's drive. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game time. Gets it to go.
He had to wait for a while, all the way until now. But he's finally got his first three-pointer of the game.
Probably should hold for one shot here. Clock is on their side.
Yeah, no brainer. They can hold it for the last shot.
Williams with the ball. Gets it off.
He made that. He
And a tight game here. And now,
made that.
brought to you by Sprint.
I have that service.
Welcome. I'm Dave.